Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at the S.H.Monsterarts Tigrex. When I knew this one was going to be released, it was a must-have for me. So here we'll take a look at the box. So you've got some pictures here of the figure and some pictures of the accessories it comes with. You've got the little hunter there. Pretty standard from what you get from this line. Got a nice picture of the Tigrex on the front, little Monster Hunter logo there. Right, let's get this one open. I like to be careful with these boxes, so I like to keep them afterwards. So we'll get this one out as carefully as we can. So there you go. That's the figure out of the box. Just remove the plastic. We go. Oops. Take those out. Let me just get all this packaging off. Put that to one side. So the pose coming out of the box looks like when you slay the monster. You can see the pose there. Quite funny. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but have a look at it there. Yeah, we'll just change the posing on it to make it look more alive. Be delicate with it. Coming out the box, the colouring is really vibrant. Reminds me of Tigrex in either in the second generation, where it looked a lot more brighter. And if you look at the monster in newer games like World, the colours are a bit more muted. This reminds me of second generation games like Freedom Unite, Freedom 2, and even Monster Hunter Stories. I'll put some pictures up so you guys can see what I mean. Put some pictures up at some point in the video, probably somewhere here. Yeah, it does look really good. Ooh. as you'd expect from an S.H.Monsterarts figure, lots of articulation. The jaw that opens up like that. Got articulation in the neck.
Try not to be too rough with it, but it can look side to side pretty well, nice and smooth. It can look down quite far, and it can look up as far as you'd imagine its anatomy would let you.
Check out the articulation on the wings. This monster is classed as a flying wyvern, although in the newer games you don't really see him flying. You only see him flying in the older games like Freedom 2 and Freedom Unite.
You do also get extra wing parts to peg in above the claw here if you want to display it with the wings fully extended.
Torso can bend as well. You've got a fully articulated tail. We'll take a look at some of the accessories. So here we have some extra hand parts. These have got the red veins for when the monster's enraged. Also got some extra wing parts. Also another head for when he's enraged. And you've got the little hunter. This is the armor you'd see from Freedom 2, which was actually my first Monster Hunter game, which is why I had to pick this figure up, it being the flagship monster of the game. Try and pose it. Joints feel really solid, which is good. Get into like a roaring pose. In some of these second generation games, you would see Tigrex walking around on just his 2 feet. I'm not sure if we can get it to balance. I don't think it's going to. So I've just swapped out some of his parts for the enraged parts. Have a look at that. does look really good. I think we'll bring in some of my other Monster Hunter figures from S.H.Monsterarts. You compare them. Here we got Zinogre. See how these two size up together. Really do like this Zinogre figure. If anyone watched the 20th anniversary live stream, this is actually the #1 voted monster, which is pretty fair in my opinion. Great design. Okay, so we'll take away Zinogre and bring in the mascot of the franchise, the Rathalos. So you can see how the Tigrex compares to the Rathalos here in terms of size. I mean, I would imagine these both are in scale with each other, but if you've played Monster Hunter, you know sizes on these monsters do vary. You can have some large individuals and some smaller ones, as you'd see in real life animals. By looking at the monster, you can see where the inspirations come from. So if you look at the head of the monster, you can see that is inspired by a T-Rex. Maybe not 100% accurate, but I don't think it's meant to be. If you look at it, you can instantly tell what it is meant to be. It's accurate enough to know what it is. The body of the animal is, you could say, maybe loosely based on a tiger, but that's, from my opinion, that's mainly to do with the striping. That's similar to what you'd see on a tiger. I mean, it does walk on all fours, but it's not really, doesn't really remind me of how a tiger would move and walk. There are real world animals that have tiger in their name but don't share any other similarities. A few examples would be something like a tiger shark or tiger salamander, which don't have any other similarities apart from the striping on their bodies, which is similar to a tiger, but again, not exactly the same colours, which is what you see here on Tigrex. And you can also tell where the inspirations come from by the name. Overall, I would highly recommend this figure to any Monster Hunter fan. For me personally, this Tigrex and Zinogre are tied for my favourite in the line. I feel like the Rathalos is a bit annoying to pose, as on my one his back claw tends to fall off quite a lot, which makes posing a bit annoying sometimes. But with Zinogre and Tigrex, I don't have to worry about things falling off. I've posed them both, and happy to say nothing has fallen off or broken. But I'm sure we'll see all these sculpts again in various subspecies and amended for some of the deviants, possibly, which they may release in the near future. So if this isn't your favourite version of Tigrex, you could wait until they release some of the subspecies or deviant of the Tigrex. I knew I had to pick this one up as Freedom 2 was the first Monster Hunter game that I played years ago on the PSP, and I have so many memories of hunting Tigrex in the snowy mountains, which, yeah, brings back a lot of memories. So definitely knew I had to pick this one up. As always, I'll include some pictures here at the end. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.